Hi friends, welcome back. We are going to be working on an illustration today, and the first thing that you're going to need is your drawing for your illustration. So this is kind of my sketch that I did as I was listening to the story. It's just done in pencil, it's on some paper I don't really care about, so it's just to give me some ideas, and I'm going to focus on this idea right here to make bigger. So in order to do that, I got out one of my sketchbooks. I keep a lot of sketchbooks, and in my sketchbooks I usually do some kind of big color fields when I'm just like sitting around doing nothing. So I've picked out a bunch of color fields that I think would work, and now I'm going to choose between them. This sketchbook's actually falling apart, so I can kind of move it around. You can see I've got a little horse on this page, but this page is mostly empty. It's got blue on top, green on the bottom. This one's just blue, and this one kind of looks like mountains. So I'm going to choose between those, and I'm going to get my colored pencil sharp, and then I'm going to start. So I've selected a background that is already pretty colorful, and I'm going to put my centipede right on top of that. And the first thing I'm going to do is do my basic sketch with just my pencil. You may not even see it very well when you're watching. And then I'm going to go back over this whole thing with my Prismacolors. Now you might have some colored pencils at home that are not Prismacolors, that are Crayola or something, and if you're working with Crayola you want to have a lighter background. Prismacolors will go over anything. Crayola colored pencils are like Prang or something like that. They won't go over something dark. So I'm going to go ahead and start putting my colors in. You can see that the white is covering up my background color. It's not going to be perfect. If I wanted it to be perfectly clean, like if I wanted it to look really solid white, I could either cut out and glue some white on top, or I could use some acrylic paint to do that. That's my crazy eyes that I have. I'm going to do this, do his pupils / irises and his crazy antenna that I did. I never worry about ruining a drawing like this. Or a painting like this that I already have, because I know from my own practice that if I don't like the way it turns out, I will rip it up and use it in a collage, or I'll color on top of it for something else. I keep all of this kind of stuff even if I don't like it that much, because you can always use it for something else. If you are an artist who is multimedia, which I am and I hope you are, multimedia just means you like a bunch of different media and you like to combine them. Media is like crayons or markers or colored pencils or construction paper, anything that you make art with. I'm using this really dark blue as my black. I don't really like to use black in my drawings and paintings because I think it makes things dull and sort of dead looking. So my blue is my black for this particular drawing. And I think I'm going to make my centipede bright green. See if that'll pop out. Kind of like a dragon. This green is going a little bit duller than I wanted it to, but I can add some yellow, or I can add some lighter green to make it pop out a little bit more. Here's my yellow, and that's going to kind of brighten it up right on top of that green color. Now I'm going to go through with that same bluish color that's acting as my black and add all of my funky ovals that are going to act kind of as my centipede legs. When you're an illustrator, you want your illustration to have some kind of style to it. You don't want it to be just boring. You want it to have some movement. You want it to have some rhythm to it. And then I'm going to add, maybe I'll add some purple in some of my legs. Maybe I'll alternate. So purple and another color. Here's my purple. I want it to be fun, but I want it to look like he's really alive, really moving around. Maybe purple and orange. Maybe this orange would show up. This is kind of the color of the background already, but it'll show up here and here, covering up this green. That was part of my original painting. Maybe I'll go in with some yellow there too to kind of pop it out a little bit, make it a little brighter. Go back over these eyes. I want to be clean and neat when I do that. Maybe I'll go around his mouth a couple of times to really make it dark and pop out of the background. Okay, so I'm gonna finish this up and I'll just post my finished example. I hope you have a good time and I can't wait to see what you do.